Hello, have you ever used Pipsqueak yarn for a chemo cap? I have been diagnosed with breast cancer. I don't know if I'll lose my hair or not, but I thought I'm going to make some chemo caps. I'll be making several this year. I'll show you how to make this cap with a rolled up brim, and then I will also post how to just make a straight old cap with some stripes on it using Pipsqueak yarn. Don't forget, this is a giveaway. This is part of my Valentine's Bundle 2022 series, and I hope you will leave me a comment down below, because this is a giveaway video also. If you leave a comment within the first 24 hours after I post this video, then I will put your name in the drawing and you can win the whole Valentine's Bundle of 2022, which includes the Proverbs series of crochet patterns. Let's get started making this hat. You will need a K crochet hook, a pair of scissors, a marker or two. I like this type when I move my stitch a lot. When I move the marker a lot, I like to use this, but I will use this today. You need a 5 bulky weight Pipsqueak type of yarn. I had this in my stash, so I'm going to use this, but I have this lime green that I'm going to use as a contrast. The label says that, and it's pretty matched. It was in my stash. I believe Red Heart has their version of this. This does require a K hook. It's a 5 weight and it's very soft and fuzzy. I think it will make a nice chemo cap. So let's get started. But first, before I get started, while I am getting my yarn together, there are a couple of tips that I would like to share with you. When my testers have tested with this type of yarn, they said that if they put a marker in the beginning stitch, that helped. So every beginning stitch I'll put a marker. And if they hold a piece of white paper in their lap, it helps them hold their stitches. I like to use my fingers to feel my way around. So let me execute a chain 3 and join in the ring. Pretty easy. I'm going to chain 1 and 10 half double crochets in the ring. Now notice I just kind of work my hook and it finds the hole. So first half double crochet, that chain 1 does not count as a stitch. I will put the marker right there. Now I need to execute 9 more half double crochets in the ring. 2, notice I'm chaining over the tail. 6, 7. I'm going to need to give the yarn a little bit of a shove around the ring. Shove those stitches. 8, 9, 10, and I can easily see where I need to join. So join with a slip stitch right where the marker was. Join with a slip stitch, and I have 10 half double crochets in the ring. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have 10 half double crochets, but you can feel those. You can feel the post. Just kind of push down on it. You can feel the post, and when you feel the post, your finger pokes up, so you know there are 2 loops right there. Now I need to chain 1 and 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. That's 1. There's 2. That was the joining stitch. Let me place the marker. All right, the next stitch is right there. When I'm working with super fuzzy yarn, I'm not real particular about getting under the top 2 loops, but the more you work with this, the more that you find you can. So let me speed up the camera. And if you just kind of dig with your hook, it finds the hole. So 2 more. And you can tell when things feel odd. All right. There we go. I'll speed up the camera and I'll meet you at the end of the round. I'm at the end of the round. I usually count to make sure I'm getting the correct stitches in. I have 20 at this point. Move my marker and join in the top of the first half double crochet. Now I will chain one, and half double crochet in that first stitch. So this pattern is 1 half double crochet in the first stitch and 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. 1, 2, 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. And like I said, you can feel that post, and I know my next stitch is going right there. And 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. I do like working with this yarn. 1 half double crochet in this next stitch and 2 half double crochets in this next stitch, and continue that on around. If you are counting, you will find that you'll hit your mark every time. So I'll speed up the camera. I'm coming up on the end. I have 2 stitches left. Not 2 stitches left. I have 2 stitches in this stitch. 1. And as you can see, I have room for 2 stitches right here. Your hook will just slide right in there. 1, 2. I need to join with a slip stitch right there where I removed my stitch. Sometimes there is the problem of sliding over too far, especially when working with fuzzy yarn, and that can throw your stitch count off. You have to really pay attention, make sure. So this round is chain 1, half double crochet in the next stitch. Place my marker right there. I didn't complete that half double crochet. There we go. Let me get that marker right in the top. There we go. I got that. All right. 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 half double crochets. There's an increase, and that will be the pattern all the way around. And I count this 1, 1. Well, my yarn slipped. 1. Now it's 2. 1, 2. There will be 40 stitches at the end of this round. I will continue around counting, making sure that I have the right amount of stitches. There will be 40. This is round 4, and there will be 40. Let me continue around. I'll speed up the camera. Okay, we're down to the wire. I have a stitch to place right here, a stitch to place right here, and 2 stitches to place in the last stitch. Now if you have someone who has lost their hair, you may want to go down 1 hook size on this pattern. I will have notes and tips in the written crochet pattern. All right, join to the top. Now this pattern of increase, this next pattern of increase is half double crochet in the next 7 stitches, and then 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. And we do that 5 times, and we join with a slip stitch. So let's chain 1, half double crochet in the joining stitch, that's 1. Put my marker there. This is round 5, so we need to execute 6 more half double crochets. 2, 3, 4, and it's okay to stop and poke around. 5, 6, 7, 8. We made it. I thought maybe I was at the increase, but I wasn't. 7. Now I'm going to increase. Okay. 7 and an increase. 1, 2. Now if you did those increases correctly, you have 45 stitches. For those of you that love to know the stitch count, it's 45 stitches. Now I'm going to join to the top of this half double crochet. So I've joined at round 5. I need to chain 1, half double crochet. It's a half double crochet in each stitch around for 3 rounds. And when I come back, you will notice that the hat is starting to cup and become a hat. So there are no increases. There is just 1 half double crochet in each stitch around for 45 stitches. If you want to count, you are more than welcome, but like I said, you will, as you work with this yarn, you can tell when you're missing a stitch. So I'll go off camera and finish these 3 rounds, and I'll meet you at the end of round 8. So round 6 through 8 is 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. I'll meet you at the end of round 8, and we will pull up the contrasting color. I am at the end of round 8. I have 1 more half double crochet to make. I'll make that half double crochet, then I will drop the main color, drop that main color, and pull up the contrasting color. There we go. Chain 1, half double crochet in the joining stitch. We'll pull that out of the way, leave that yarn tail there, and I'll place the marker right here at the top of this stitch. There we go. Now I will execute a half double crochet in each stitch around with the contrasting color, and I will do that for 2 rows. So row 9 and 10 are contrasting colors, 45 stitches all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of round 10. But notice the hat is starting to cup. So we know we have a hat. We have no more increases. Let's get these stripes. At the end of round 10, I need to drop the contrasting color out of the way, and I will pull up the main color that has been floating from behind, and I will join in the top of the first half double crochet by pulling up the main color. There we go. Let's tighten down the contrasting color. Now I chain 1, half double crochet in the joining stitch, place a marker there. There will only be 1 round of the main color. We're going to pull the contrasting color back up later, so don't snip it off. Let's go ahead and execute 1 row of the main color. I'll go off camera to finish, and I'll be right back. I am at the end of this round, so drop the main color and pull up the contrasting color at the join. Let me grab the main color, pull up the contrasting color at the join, chain 1 and half double crochet. Let me get the marker in there, and we will execute 2 rounds of the contrasting color. That's a half double crochet in each stitch around for 2 rounds, and I'll meet you at the join. Okay, we're at the end of the round again, and I need to join to the top of that half double crochet, but I'm going to drop the contrasting. I will be carrying it behind. I will pick it up for the brim round. Now I need to pull up the main color. Now my contrasting color tail is fairly long. I need to get it, there it is. I need to stuff it down in there and get that out of the way so that it's not causing any confusion like it's trying to do right now. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. Now I'm pulling up the main color. I'm going to remove the marker. I'm going to remove the marker so I can pull up the main color without any hindrance. All right, there we go. Tighten down that contrasting color. Chain 1, half double crochet in the joining stitch, and we will half double crochet for the next 3 rounds with the main color. All right, I'll go off camera and do that. So rounds 14 through 16 are main color. Rounds 9 through 10 were contrasting color. Round 11 was a main color. Round 12 through 13 was a contrasting color. Now we need 3 more rows of main color, rounds 14 through 16. I'll do that off the camera. So I have executed the 3 rounds. I am at the end of round 16. I'm going to join with a slip stitch. This next round is single crochet stitches all the way around. Just a single crochet. We're coming to the brim of the hat. Now, I am almost out of the main color of yarn. If when I come back on camera, I have green instead of, I have the contrasting color, you'll know I had to switch. But I'm going to try to make it all the way around the brim with a single crochet stitch, and I'll be back in just a moment. So I'm out of the main color. I'm going to pull up the contrasting color, drop the main color, stuff it back in there so that it's not in the way, and pull up the contrasting color. Whoops, got the main color again. I'm going to pull up the contrasting color. And this round 17 is chain 1 and single crochet in each stitch around. I'll meet you at the, and then round 18 is an increase in every 8th stitch. So round 18 is single crochet in the next stitch 8 times, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. And what that is doing is preparing the brim to turn back on itself. You need a little bit of an increase. So let me get to the end of round 18, and I'll meet you at round 19. I am at the end of round 18. Round 18 was increases at every 9th stitch. So it's single crochet in the next stitch 8 times, and then an increase on the 9th stitch. I need to finish my last increase. Take out my marker so I can join with a slip stitch. There we go, chain 1, and now it is single crochet in each stitch around. Let me get my marker back in there. Now if after this single crochet round you want to just end off and have a nice looking beanie, you're more than welcome to do that. I would suggest continuing on if you have enough yarn. I didn't have enough yarn. If you're wanting to make this a beanie, you could continue on with the main color, but it looks nice the way this is right here. Let me turn it. I think this is nice also. But let me finish, and then we will execute the turning round so that the brim turns up. I'll get you to that point. So let me single crochet all the way around this, around the circumference of the hat, and I'll meet you at the end of round 19. I'm at the end of round 19. Now I will need to join and then chain 1 and turn. Let me join to the top of that single crochet, chain 1 and turn. Now I'll be executing a single crochet in the back loop of every stitch across. and your hook just slips right in. There we go. Single crochet. I'll put a marker right there. There we go. And single crochet in every back loop across the brim. That will make that so much easier for that brim to turn upward and to turn back. And as you see that, starts that turn, there was an increase in round 18 that widened out the brim just a little bit. Then there was one row without an increase. Then we turned and we single crochet in the back loop only. I'll meet you at the end of this round. This is round 20. I am at the end of that round. I executed a single crochet in the back loop only all the way around the brim, and I'm getting ready to join into the first single crochet made. Now the next 8 rows will be a single crochet in each stitch around. You can also add an increase round in there if you'd like, if you want that brim to be full, but I'm getting ready to run out of yarn. I may not have enough yarn to finish the brim as tall as I would like, but I have other Pipsqueak yarn I will join in if I run out, but it will not match. It won't match at all. Anyway, I'll be back at the end of the brim. Well, I had almost had enough to make 7 rounds of single crochet, but I'm going to show you what this looks like turned up. And you can see the back post or the back loop stitches here because that creates a crease so that the brim will turn up. But before I turn it up, I want to talk to you about this hat. You don't have to put the brim on this. This would have made a very nice hat. So I will rip this back to a beanie and then donate this to a cancer center. So this could have easily been a beanie if we had stopped here or stopped there. I do believe the beanie needs to have single crochet stitches at the brim. But let's turn this back and see what it looks like. Looks pretty nice if you ask me. I think that would be just fine. I may go ahead and donate that to a cancer center like this. Just rip out the rest of that row where I wasn't able to finish. But that's not too bad. This was 7 rows or 6. I'll have to take that much back. This is the hat that I've made for myself. This has 8 rounds on the brim. I made this a little bit bigger. Remember, this is for a chemo patient, so it's not, the circumference isn't as wide. It will stretch a good bit. So it is a nice hat. I think it's nice. I hope you'll donate some, make some hats out of some Pipsqueak and donate to your local cancer center. Let me know if you do. Did you enjoy making this chemo cap? I hope it was easy for you. This is my hat. I've already put it on my head. So if I don't lose my hair, I'll be donating the rest of these hats for chemo. I hope, for chemo patients, I hope you'll donate your hats also. It was good to have you on my side of the mountain. Let me know what colors you made or what Pipsqueak yarn you use. There are some generic Pipsqueaks also, but this was Bernat Pipsqueak, and I hope you'll come and see me again sometime soon. It was good to have you. Like and subscribe. Take care. Bye.